Alright, so this is a follow-up to my Contrapoints video. It's a muy caliente spicy hot pepper of a video that a lot of people are commenting on, and I'm very thankful for all the comments. And I am looking more into this issue. It turns out there are more tweets that Contrapoints put out about this specific topic before she deactivated her Twitter. So I feel like I would be remiss if I didn't mention this. This is a video by user Luxander. Shout out to him or they. I'm not sure which pronouns they want to use. It'd be bad if I misgendered you in the video I'm making criticizing Contrapoints. Kind of hypocritical on my part, but you know, it comes with the territory being a political YouTuber. Anyway, I've watched the whole video. It's a great video. I'm gonna give a link to this video in the description so you guys can check it out too. But the reason I'm on this video right now is because Luxander posted a mirror archive of Natalie Wynn, one of her final tweets before she deactivated her account. So Contrapoint says, "Y'all who are mad about this thread, I'm not saying we shouldn't have a norm of disclosing pronouns in trans positive spaces, and I'm happy give up having my gender assumed to help NB/non-passing trans people. But why can't I at least acknowledge this hurts more than helps me?" Alright. I think this is a step in the right direction. I wish that the timestamps were available so I could see like how long it had been. But if this is in the same fucking thread, all of the articles and the archives I see of the comments only focus on like the first three, ending with the whole "I'm the late Zoomer Vanguard" yada yada. Like that's the one that they usually cut it off with. So this is new to me. I haven't seen this before until I watched this video. So thank you, Luxander, for trying to, you know, preserve history here, and hopefully this rectifies the situation and clears the air up a little bit. I don't like seeing Contrapoints come under attack. I don't like this whole situation. I hate that this happened, but people are saying she's canceled, and I don't think she's canceled. Her YouTube is still up, ladies and gentlemen. Look, it's 725,000 subscribers. So even though she was quote unquote bullied off of Twitter, she's still here on YouTube, which is the main meat and potatoes of her entire like platform. Her entire like media is here on YouTube. So the fact that she's deactivated her Twitter account really doesn't mean jack shit in the long run. She can activate it again anytime she wants. She's probably just taking a break, and I don't blame her. But, you know, here she says, "I'm happy to give up having my gender assumed to help non-binary, non-passing trans people. Can I at least acknowledge that this hurts more than helps me?" I think the problem came about because people didn't realize this was just her venting. People thought that Contrapoints had gotten up on her soapbox and was saying, "Alright, these fucking non-binaries over here are being a real spoil sport, and they're making it tough for me, and I can pass and they can't. It sucks for them, but you know, don't inconvenience me." So reading the tweets and taking it like that, it's no wonder that a lot of non-binary people got pissed off. I'm straight. I'm a cis straight guy, and I got pissed off vicariously. But with the context of this tweet, it's easier to see she wasn't being malicious. And you can go back and watch my original video about this, and I say as much. I don't think Contrapoints was being malicious. I don't think she has like this hate boner for non-binary people, and she's just going after them. I think this is a case, like I said in the last video, this is a case of putting one's foot in one's mouth. Alright? You can complain about something in a way that can be insulting without intending it to be. You can talk about like how, for example, I mean, I'm just using this as an example, but let's say I was like at Disney World and I was complaining about how fucking long the line is. I go to the front of the line, turns out a dude had like a heart attack and he has to get like medical help right then and on the spot. So that's what the holdup was. So I spent all my time complaining about something when really there were other people out there hurting a lot more than me. It's kind of analogous to this whole situation, saying like, poor me, I have to deal with being, you know, having my gender assumed and stuff. I have to give up having my gender assumed just for the convenience of non-binary and non-passing trans people. I mean, yeah, that sucks, but at the same time, like, hell, at least you don't have, like, at least you can pass. Contrapoints, at least you can pass, and at least people assume your gender correctly when you're in North Carolina. Alright, I'm glad for you. I'm glad for that, but not everybody has that luxury. And so complaining about your lot in life when other people have it much, much worse, I can see how to a lot of non-binary people it comes across as a privileged statement. And of course, me being a cis guy saying all this is fucking hilarious because, like, I'm more privileged than fucking any of you. I'll challenge you on that any day of the week. I'm a privileged motherfucker. I don't like it. I wish society was more egalitarian, but you know, it's the way the dice, it's the hand I drew. And I feel extremely lucky that I don't have to deal with conflicts about my gender identity and my gender expression. But for those of us who do, people don't have the funds to buy hormone treatment. People don't have the funds, they don't have the diagnosis, the formal diagnosis of gender dysphoria. They don't have the resources. They don't have the exception of their friends and families and loved ones. They may be dealing with a lot of shit. And so to come on Twitter and see a YouTube content creator that you admire and you look up to talking shit, it can't inspire very good feelings. And that's all I'm trying to say. That's all I'm trying to say with my videos, is that she has hurt non-binary people's feelings. And they need an apology. It doesn't matter if what she said didn't have a malicious intent behind it, because even if it didn't, even if it was just a fucking sarcastic joke, which I think it is, but even then, it still hurt people's feelings. Contrapoints hasn't done anything like overtly offensive in reaction to all of this. Deleting her Twitter, I think, or deactivating it, I think was a good approach, just to let the dust settle a little bit and then come out with the apology. All right, I don't blame you when you catch shit from a bunch of people you don't know on the internet and they're just coming out of every fucking nook and cranny calling you a big piece of shit. It's really discouraging, and I understand deactivating and getting the fuck off the internet, taking a few days for your own mental health. I understand that. And I think Contrapoints has the right to do that. She has a right to do with her Twitter account what she wants. She has the right to post what she wants. She has a right to post her opinions. If she wants to complain about gender neutral pronouns, if she wants to complain about non-binary people, that's on her. She can't change how people react to that, though. So So let's see the second tweet that she sent out. Skip ahead. She says, not all trans people have the same needs, and some of the rules that trans people have taught woke cis people to follow lead me to be misgender, they, and interrogated about my gender more often. Why can't I point that out? Can't a tran vent on twitter.com? Yeah, I think a tran can definitely vent on twitter.com. Nobody's saying that ContraPoint shouldn't be allowed to vent. And yeah, it sucks that in more trans inclusive spaces, people don't just assume your gender immediately. But I think, and I'm not a trans person, so keep in mind, I don't have to deal with being misgendered. I don't understand how annoying it can get, because I've been misgendered a few times, but that's just when people have seen me from behind. Maybe they see my dummy thick ass and they just assume I'm a woman. But anyway, I don't have to deal with it every fucking day. So I do imagine it gets annoying, especially when you spend, so much time working on your appearance just to have somebody call you they, them. I can see how you would take that as an insult, or you would be frustrated about that. But I think they're just trying to do right by you. Like, they're just trying to be a good ally. And if they don't know you yet, it's hard to know if you want to be called miss or ma'am, or if you want to be called they or them. And so they go with the safe answer, which is call you they. Don't assume your gender. And while it kind of sucks, it also sort of comes in the territory if you're hanging out with a bunch of non-binary, gender fluid, transgender people, to not just immediately assume everybody's pronouns, because chances are you're sitting in a room with somebody who may look a certain way but may want to go by other specific pronouns. So if this is really that much of a problem for ContraPoints, if being in these hyper woke spaces is causing her dysphoria to flare up because people are referring to her as gender neutral pronouns, then maybe she should take a break from going to those spaces for a little bit. Maybe she should stick to the bars in North Carolina where people just assume she's a woman. And just live and let live. Let the non-binaries and the trans activists and all those guys have their queer safe space where they don't assume each other's genders all day long, and then ContraPoints can go booze it up in a bar and make some good quality fucking videos. I am a ContraPoints fan. And to prove I'm a ContraPoints fan, you can go to my channel. And you can see right here under featured channels, ContraPoint, top of my featured channels list. I want people to check out ContraPoints. I talk about her all the time in real life to my friends. Anytime I meet LGBT person at my Progressive Student Alliance on campus, I usually refer to them to ContraPoints. I say, yo, have you heard of ContraPoints? She's a great YouTuber. She makes great videos. So I'm certainly not saying we should cancel ContraPoints. I'm still subscribed to ContraPoints, okay? And I'm going to be subscribed to ContraPoints for a long time, unless she just totally, does a 180 and goes down the tubes. But all that is to say, ContraPoints, you messed up. You said some not so cool things that hurt some non-binary people's feelings, and even if you didn't have a malicious intent behind it, it still hurt them. It's not, you can't just say, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I mean, you can say that, but that's really what happened. People are coming out of the woodwork calling me a transphobe for my opinions about ContraPoints in her remarks. I'm sorry, can't a fucking neckbeard weeaboo loser vent on twitter.com? That's all I have to say to that. Oh yeah, and by the way, I'm not transphobic. Yeah, so take that what you will.